So, good evening, everybody. Do you know what? It's bloody good to be back. I actually, it was an interesting one over Christmas. This is the first broadcast of 2021, obviously. Over Christmas, I was like, oh, you know what? I could just do with a bit more time off. I don't feel like I've caught up on everything. Or I had caught up, but I hadn't had any relaxation time. And then actually starting today, for those listening on the recording or for those who are watching on YouTube or listening on the audio experience, it's the 4th of January. I'm well happy we've got back, to be honest with you. I'm like really pumped up for this year. I'm optimistic. I'm motivated. I feel inspired. I feel like rejuvenated enough to like really like hammer it, hit it hard this year. Hopefully you guys do as well, or if not, you will do by the end of this broadcast. It's going to be live for the next hour. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are here for the first time, let me know on Facebook. If you're listening on the Acts on This TV audio experience on iTunes or Spotify, let me know. Again, give me a tweet at Acts on This TV or at Ross A. Grants. And come and get involved in the Acts on This community as well. Guys, I've got so much stuff for you lot this year. 2021 is going to be the best year ever to be a member of actonthis.tv. So I'm going to be going through some things tonight. I've got so much housekeeping, really. It's things to tell you about tonight, stuff you might not be aware of, stuff you can go and get involved in right now within the actonthis.tv community. Going to be taking your questions tonight as well on anything to do with your career, anything you might need help with, or, you might just need a little push. And on that, I just want to talk about, for the first couple of minutes, asking for permission. Still, and you know what, this is just the human condition, but still, so many actors are emailing me, asking me permission if it is all right to send an email to a casting director, if it is all right to ask their agent for whatever it is that they want, if it is all right to put this out on social media. And like, I don't know why you're looking at me. Like, you don't need my permission. You don't need your agent's permission, a casting director's permission, like, to do anything in this industry or to ask for whatever you want. You don't need permission to try and progress your career. Like, one life, if one thing last year taught us is like, it can be over really quick. Like, don't fanny around. Sorry, Fanny Compton, I know you're here. I don't mean that. Don't fanny around. Like, ask it, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Send the email, make the phone call, post the tweet, post the Instagram post, whatever it is, put yourself out there, get attention for the right reasons, try and put out value, try and offer things to this industry, to this community, and just get involved with stuff this year. Like, that's just what I wanted to start with in terms of like, just giving you that little push, hopefully. Like last year, maybe I said before we went live officially, maybe people got a bit sick and tired of sort of like feeling sick and tired last year. Maybe, you hit a bit of rock bottom towards the end of last year and you're like, no, F this. I'm going to take control this year. Please make 2021 the year where you do that and you stop asking and looking to others for whether you're allowed to do something or not. Because in your heart of hearts that it's the thing that you need to do. And the second I say, yeah, it's fine, send the email, people send it, but you don't need to procrastinate and let that fear waste those 2 hours or even 2-3 days until someone gets back to you to say, yeah, it's all right to send this. Like, please just send stuff this year and just ask for what you want. Like, you deserve it. Ultimately, no one in this industry is better than you. And that was a great thing Steve Jobs said, didn't he? He said, when you realize in life that all the rules around you, this thing called the acting industry that you feel has all of these rules, like all the etiquette. Oh, the casting director must put me in touch with the director who will give me an audition, who might give me a job or whatever. Like, there are no rules. That might be the way that things can be done. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the way that things should be done. And all of the rules were made up by people no better than you. And Steve Jobs said, when you realize that, your life will change. Like, stop asking other people for shit. Like, for permission to go out and try and get what you want. Like, go and get what you want this year. So that's just a little rant just at the beginning of this. But yeah, hopefully you will take some heed from that. A few other things I want to go over tonight. First of all, you will see on the bottom of my screen tonight as well. And if you're listening on the audio experience, I will read it you out. It says free 5-day acting career challenge. And it's got a web address, actonthis.tv/challenge. Okay, this is something I want everybody to get involved with. If you didn't get involved with this in November, I launched a 5-day challenge in November 2020 to try and get people through lockdown 2. And it was a massive success. It's basically, let me take you over to actonthis.tv/challenge right now. You will see this page here. It's got a cheesy video of me on it. Again, I'll describe it for those on the audio experience. But basically, what this is it's a free 10-hour coaching program, basically, completely free, right? Literally, I don't want anything from you. I really mean that. I know it's hard to believe these days, but I don't want your credit card details to charge you in the future. I don't want anything at all. It's completely free. You go to actonthis.tv/challenge and you get access to 5 of the biggest and best features I have ever recorded for members of actonthis.tv. It's the first time I've ever given this away. It might be the last time I ever give it away, but it's my sort of gift to you lot who might not be members of actonthis.tv yet, or if you are a member, it's so worth revisiting this content and then taking part in the challenges that I set. So what happens is every day when you register for this challenge, over 5 days, you get access to one of these features. Day 1 is on show reels with Chris Stone. Day 2 is on agents with Lizzie Ferguson from Hamilton Adele, one of the biggest agencies on the planet. Day 3 is with casting director Peter Hunt, the head of Hollyoaks Casting. Day 4 is with Daniel Edwards, who is the co-casting director for Line of Duty and some of the biggest stuff in the world. And day 5 is with one of the best actors to ever come out of this country, in my opinion, Mr. Daniel Mays. And what happens is once a day, over 5 days, you get an email from me and access to one of these features. It'll take you 60 to 90 minutes to go through each feature, and then I ask you 5 questions. That's it. I want you to answer them in a Facebook group that I've set up specifically for this challenge. And by the end of the 5 days, you will have absolute clarity on where you are in your career, where you want to go, and how. This is why it's set up, how you are going to get there. Okay, it will just give you that reflection time, that clarity. Now you're in lockdown 3. There's no better time to do this because you're probably not going to be doing anything else. And it's completely free. actonthis.tv/challenge. Until I went live tonight, I checked on how many people have come into the challenge today. 328 actors are in that challenge right now. There's going to be a thriving Facebook group around it as well. So if you have never tried out any content for Acts on This, or maybe you're listening to this on the audio experience, or you've just stumbled across it on YouTube and you've never even heard of Acts on This, actonthis.tv/challenge, go and get it. It's not going to be available for long. It's not something I'm doing all year round. I will probably only leave this up for a week. It doesn't matter if, you'll all be doing day 1 on a different day. You don't have to start on the same day. But I will probably only keep the door open for about 7 days. So it's the 4th of January now. I'll probably leave it open until the 11th. If you're not in before the 11th, it probably will go away. And you will have to, you can still get access to that content, but you'll have to pay for it. That is completely free for now. actonthis.tv/challenge. And you lot who are here, there's loads of you guys on it already, because I'm seeing loads of people post their answers already. Today's the first day, and it's all about show reels. I go through 8 actors' show reels with Chris Stone, who in my opinion is the best show reel producer in the country. And we really sort of show you a formula, regardless of where you're at in your career and regardless of how much footage you've got, what you can do with the footage you've got, ultimately to give it the biggest impact that it can have on casting directors and agents, and whatever you're trying to achieve right now. So do check it out. actonthis.tv/challenge. That was, the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Second thing is, what's on my list here? Second thing, I'm doing a competition. Again, I'm trying to give you guys a shitload of stuff to make you just get stuff done this year, basically. Self-tapes are going to be bigger than ever this year. They became massive last year because, obviously we couldn't have in-person auditions. It's going to be the same this year, guys. Don't be surprised. And this was what was quite phenomenal when Boris at 8 o'clock said, we're going to go into lockdown again. How many people were shocked? I'm like, this is the most obvious thing. This was always going to happen. I couldn't understand why people wanted to be mixing over Christmas either. I'm like, I had a lovely Christmas on my own, just with FaceTime to my family. It was completely stress-free, to be honest. I'm not going to do it next year if we don't have to, but it was quite lovely, to be honest. Sat there with a nice Baileys in the warm on FaceTime. When you've had enough, see you later, guys. It's like, okay, it's not too hectic. But we knew January was going to be horrific. It was always going to be that way because of all the mixing over Christmas. February, obviously freezing cold January, February with the flu, normal stuff is bad. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Don't be surprised if you're going to be asked to do self-tapes for your auditions for the rest of the year. I'm sure by the end of the year it'll get better, but if your self-tape setup is not decent now, as in you don't have a decent backdrop, you don't have some decent lighting, the nights come in really, really short now, don't they? It's getting lighter, I guess, a minute a day or something like that, but it's dark at like 4 o'clock. Can't rely on daylight to do your self-tapes all the time. If you don't have lighting, if your audio's crap because you don't have a decent microphone, I'm doing a competition to give away all of this stuff here.
Actors, we are back.
No.
Actors, we are back. It's 20.
Yes. I kept going through loads of extra stuff. I was going, no. I'm giving all of this stuff here. which is you can hear me, can't you? I think I've set the microphone up for this. Which is the self-tape setup, the exact self-tape setup that I use, myself. So I've got a 6-foot backdrop there. I've got some incredible lights there, which are really decent. I've got a tripod that you can just about see on the bottom there, but I will buy you a tripod that's a tripod that you want, in terms of like whether you want one for your iPhone or if you want one for your camera. I use a DSLR camera, so that's what that tripod's set up for, but I'll get you one for your phone if you want. And then that Rode SmartLav you see in that picture as well. That, without a doubt, for me, is just the best clip-on microphone that I use for self-tapes. You can get an extension cable for it that you can buy that yourself. It's only about £9. Run it down your back. It's 6 feet. You can sit on your chair, and you've just got really crisp audio. But the microphone's about £50. The lights are the whole thing's probably about £200. I'm going to give away all of it, and it's all brand new. I'm not going to give you my stuff. I'm going to send you brand new stuff directly to your house. All you've got to do is basically follow Act on This TV on Instagram. That's it. I'm trying to grow the Instagram page this year. I still think Instagram is just an incredible place for actors to show their work off. I think it's an incredible place for me to get awareness of actonthis.tv out there as well. So all you need to do is go over to Act on This TV, just search Act on This TV on Instagram, follow the page, and you'll see me putting out loads of stuff on Instagram now over the next few weeks. Well, a whole year, actually. I'm going to go really, really hard on Instagram. But I'm going to choose a winner at random from all of the following. You don't have to be a new follower. If you're already following, you're still in the mix. I'm literally going to get a Google random number generator to choose a number between 1 and whatever my following is, and I'm going to find that follower, and you're going to get that kit for free, delivered to your house. So that's the second thing I want to talk about tonight. Go and follow Act on This TV on Instagram. You're going to get daily inspiration and motivation on there anyway to just kick ass in your career, but I'm going to get one of you that self-tape setup. So that's agenda 1, 2, and, well, sort of 1A, 1A, and 2, because I sort of had a bit of a rant on not asking for permission at the start of this. And then I've got a 3 and 4 to go over with you in a minute, and then we're going to do some Q&A. Let's see what people are saying in the comments, though. I could do with a mic, says Esther. Honestly, that Rode SmartLav, seriously, it's decent. It's £50. It's not cheap, but I'm going to buy it for one of you. But it is well worth it. You can have it for years. I've had my SmartLav probably 4 or 5 years. Use it a lot. I used to use it for Periscope back in the day when these broadcasts used to be done off my phone. Anyone remember that? Who was here for the original broadcasts, like way back? I've been doing these broadcast rats on this for 7 or 8 years now. Way back, I used to do it to like one person. On these ones now, maybe 1,500 people will come through here tonight over the hour. You won't stay for it all, but you can always get the recording if you don't want to hang around for the whole hour. But back in the day, I used to use the Rode SmartLav on my iPhone, and we would do this broadcast just with my iPhone. I've had it ages, and it's still a top quality microphone. Plugs into your iPhone or a DSLR camera or your Android. It's just a great mic for self-taping. I think it really makes a difference. That's the one thing that lets so many people's self-tapes down. They can do a really good performance, but if you can't quite hear it, if they're doing a really subtle performance, a nuanced performance, it's not like a super, sort of emotional scene that's like highly charged, sort of quiet and subdued. Sometimes I'm like, it's really natural, your performance looks good, but I can't hear you properly. Just puts me off, makes me want to stop watching, if I'm honest. So your audio's got to be good. Chris says it's a 3.5mm jack, so you may need an adapter. Yeah, so you can get your little lightning adapter. I've got a lightning adapter for my iPhone. It came with my iPhone, actually. I don't know if they come with them nowadays, but it is a 3.5mm jack, so it will go straight into a DSLR camera, or you would need one of your Apple connectors for lightning or something like that. But I think most people will have those. Wow, Ross, this is so generous. I just want it is generous, Eleanor, but you know what? Like, it's not completely altruistic. I want everyone to follow me on Instagram. So I'm bribing you. I'm like, look, come on. I'm practicing what I preach this year. I sort of like let my guard down on Instagram last year, if I'm honest with you. I'm so good with Twitter, both in my personal acting career and the Act on This brand. LinkedIn, I'm massive on. I really sort of like heavily use that. Facebook, obviously, we've got a huge Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, guys, and you're on this now, Act on This has a Facebook group. It's just facebook.com/groups/Act on This TV. 10,000 of us in there. And sort of, it was Instagram I dropped the ball on. I was like, no, you know what? Like, Instagram's such an incredible platform for sharing video, and that's what I produce every day. As actors, it's what you produce. Like, you should be sharing all of your content on there. So I'm going heavy on it this year. So yes, I want to be generous and give stuff away, but please follow. Please follow the page. So at least I'm putting content out for people who are actually going to see it. That would mean the world. That would be so helpful. Says Ashley, get following the page, and you could definitely be winning it. I'll maybe do it again like later on in the year as well. I'm trying to give away. I gave away quite a lot of stuff before Christmas in the 12 days of Christmas countdown thing as well. Everything from, we even gave like Costa gift vouchers and champagne out during that. But yeah, I'm going to try and do as many sort of giveaways as I can this year. Just spread the word. That's all I ask. I want to blow this community up. Last year it did blow up. We've got such a big community. It's the most positive community, I think, like in the world, like to do with acting. Without a doubt, it's the most positive, inspiring, and supportive group I've ever seen. Thanks to you guys, which is incredible. Everybody just shares stuff with everybody. There's certainly no envy or jealousy or sort of bitching going on in our group. We've had a zero tolerance to any negativity from day one. So we've just attracted an incredible group of positive people. So I just want to have more of those, just more and more and more people, and really, sort of make a movement this year, from our community. I think we've got something incredibly special. So please tell people about it. Next up, if you are a premium member of Act on This, go and download the app. I launched actually sort of quietly in December the Act on This app. I've hooked up with a third-party company called Kajabi. They're incredible. They help people who run membership sites put their membership into an app so that members can get access to all of the content from their Android or their iPhone. I will go over what we got here. Here's a little picture of the app. There's Daniel Mays. That's the feature we did with Daniel before Christmas. Have confidence in your own ability with BAFTA-nominated actor Daniel Mays. He's just one of the best actors like in this country, without doubt. But that's just a little picture of the app. I'll show you where you go to download it if I share my web browser now. Basically, in your app, just search for Kajabi, Kajabi, and then when you download that app, all you need to do is sign into it with your Act on This account, email, and password, and it will magically bring your membership directly into your phone. There's even some little hacks that I saw Nicola and Chris, I think, posting, where you can even change the app logo to the Act on This logo. So have a look in the Act on This Facebook group. I think Nicola posted that this morning. But it just means you've got your entire membership on your phone, basically. So it's Kajabi, Kajabi, for those who are listening on the replay. Go and get that. And it just means that your membership's at your fingertips. What I love about it more than anything is the way that I can send you push notifications. So when we go live for our weekly mastermind sessions, and I'm going to show you who we've got coming up this Thursday. We've got an incredible BAFTA-nominated actor spending 2 hours with us for members of actsonthis.tv this Thursday. We're going to go really deep on mindset with this guy as well. He's one of the most inspiring actors I've ever met when it comes to mindset, perseverance, determination, and getting shit done. So it's a great session to start 2020 with. But what I love about it is, rather than me sending emails with your Zoom links to those sessions, I'm still going to be sending those, but I can send you push notifications on your phone. And it just means you don't miss it. The email doesn't hit your junk by mistake or something like that, which probably happens some weeks. It will go straight to your notification center on your phone. You'll see it, swipe across, and you'll get your Zoom link straight away. Click it, and you'll be in the session on your phone, like within 3 seconds. So get the app. If anybody's got the app already, Wendy says the app is free. The app is free, Wendy, absolutely. It's part of your membership, guys. If you're a member of actsonthis.tv, app is completely free of charge to use. You've got to have a membership to actsonthis.tv, but for £6 a week, and you get a 2-hour session with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, producers in the industry, plus the community, plus a library of 300 hours of coaching, plus weekly networking sessions, plus bi-weekly Q&A one-on-one coaching calls. What do you want? £6 a week, absolute no-brainer. You don't get that value anywhere else, and you get access now to the app as well. So you're getting more value. Like I say, this year, God, 2021 is like the year to be a member of actsonthis.tv. It's never been a better time. to become part of this community. It really hasn't. I've got so much. I'm not going to spoil it, but so much on the way. And game-changing guests as well. We had incredible guests last year. You know, we had huge names like Matt Lucas on. We had David Harewood, Daniel Mays, Jimmy Akinbola. You know, we had incredible casting directors on, agents. But we're taking it up another level this year in terms of, like, you know, particularly the actors. You know, we're getting guests on that I will bring you this year that are internationally renowned. You know, sort of, well, superstars, basically. What we would aspire to be, to go, God, you know what, if I could have his career, boom, or her career, yes, I would take that. So I'm just trying to level up all the time. And this year, you know, we're doing it, go big or go home. What's the point in not doing that? But yeah, the app is completely free as part of your membership if you are an actor and you are a member of actonthis.tv, and it's Kajabi, Kajabi. They're the guys that I hooked up with. To be honest with you, it just works out way more sort of commercially viable. To create an actonthis.tv app was about 20,000 quid. I could do it for roughly, I don't know, 15% of that if I went with a third party to go, you know what, we'll put it online for you. So it made it possible and made it much quicker. We're going to be developing the app as well this year. It's going to have more and more features to it. But for now, it is solid, and it's just a way for you to get access to your membership very, very quickly. There will be an ability as well. One of the first things I really want to sort of add to it and really get the developers to deal with is offline watching and listening. So say, for instance, you're on the tube, you guys are in London, and you don't have an internet signal. I don't want you going down and then having to stop listening or watching one of the features on your way to work or whatever you're doing. I want you to be able to download it on your Wi-Fi at home, and then you can go in the tube and it's already on your app. Okay, you won't be able to download it off the app for security reasons. You know, you can't download it and keep it, but you will be able to download it and just have it on the app so you can listen to it or watch it, you know, whenever you want without an internet connection. I think that's really, really important. So it's one of the first things that I really want to push. So hopefully some point this quarter maybe we'll be able to implement that. So I think they're my big things housekeeping wise. The Acting Career Accelerator Challenge, go and get your place. The Instagram competition for the self-tape kit, go and follow Act on This TV on Instagram. And if you are a member already of Act on This, download the app. It's going to make, you know, sort of consuming the content this year easier for you. And if you're not a member, go and get a freaking membership. This year, take control, okay? You've done really well. You've got this far on your own. You wouldn't be watching this right now or listening to this right now if you weren't serious about your acting career. You've done all this. I can tell you from experience, to reach your next level, you need kind of like three things, really. You need coaching, okay, which is what we bring you every single week from the biggest names in the industry. You need tools to help you get further faster in terms of the, you know, sort of, we've got things within the Acts on This community like the Ultimate Contacts database. If you're an annual member of actonthis.tv, the most comprehensive database of casting directors and agents on the planet, that gets updated quarterly. So you've always got, you know, the most up-to-date contact details at your fingertips for getting your stuff out there and getting work. So you need, coaching tools, but you need community. Honestly, in my life, where I get the most sort of growth, it's being part of other communities and being surrounded by people who are doing what I want to do, have achieved what I want to achieve, or are on the same path. It's so important. That's what I learned last year. You know, when it was so, suddenly your social circle, I don't know about you, but suddenly my social circle went from sort of like out and about all the time to basically, obviously, just nobody. Didn't see anybody, really. Don't live with anybody. You know, I live on my own. And that sort of, I don't know, those kind of like dozen people I would see regularly became like 2 people or 3 people. And those people on my inner circle were so freaking critical to keep me motivated and inspired, you know, to continue and get up in the morning and get shit done. And I had to be really choosy about who it was that I spent the most time communicating with, because it sent people both ways. It sent some people off like into, right, let's deal with this and make the most of it. But it sent a lot of people I know into, oh God, total despair. And as much as I want to support those people, after a while, I'm like, every time I speak to you, you are draining me so much. Like, I can't perform at the level I want to perform at if I'm spending too much time talking to these kind of people over here. So the people you surround yourself with, Jim Rohn, a great thought leader, was very renowned for saying you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And he meant average in every single way. So you will have the average outlook on life. You'll probably have the average earnings of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You'll have the average body composition in terms of if you hang out with 5 people who are hammering CrossFit all the time or training for marathons, you're likely to be the 6th person. You know, you're likely to be doing that as well. if you're, hanging out with 6 people who don't want to do any of that and maybe aren't looking after their health, chances are you might not be either, because you are being influenced by the decisions you are seeing other people around you make. So it's so important to be in a community where you are coming into contact with people who are inspiring you on the daily. And I see that all the time with people posting in the Facebook group or posting in the private community we've got for members over on the website about wins that they're having, achievements they've had, replies they've had from casting directors, signing with agents, etc. Some days you can't be arsed, and you see something like that and you go, right, fuck it, come on, I can do this. Someone else has just done it, and that was the thing that I needed to see in order for me to get angry at myself for not taking action. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. That's what happens to me sometimes anyway, where I'm like, and sometimes, you know what? Sometimes it's kind of like you are not feeling motivated and you see someone else who is, and you're like, you bastard. Like, oh God, I don't even want to be like looking at any of that today. Like, you're making me feel even worse for not doing stuff. But at that point, I tend to sort of like go, you know what? Even though I don't want to hear it, I know it's true. I get a little bit angry at myself, and it still motivates me to get up and do stuff. Even if I don't like that feeling of seeing that initially, it still made me go, you know what, right, come on, no, get up, do it. You know it's actually the right thing to do. So community, coaching, and the tools to succeed, actonthis.tv, it's all there for you. And this year is going to be absolutely off the chain. Elizabeth, how are you doing? Back again. Hope everyone is well and safe, she says. We all are. Thank you, Elizabeth. Hope you are as well. Nicola says, this community gave me the confidence and drive to really move up a gear and take my career into my own hands. It's changed my career so much that I'm grateful to be part of this community and have the opportunity to be friends with such I have to expand this comment. Wonderful people. Thank you, Nick. You are also a wonderful person. And it's great having you as a big part of the community, which is awesome. And Sharon says, I'm so happy to be part of this community as well. Bloody love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, what else have we got to talk about? Thursday night. Okay, so this Thursday, let's talk about Thursday night's broadcast. Then we'll do some Q&A, I promise. What's going to be happening this Thursday night? Our first mastermind session for members of 2021. I wanted to start this year with one that focuses particularly on mindset, because I believe mindset is everything. That was the tagline for Bulletproof Actor, a mindset program that I will be bringing back in February or March time. Go to bulletproofactor.com if you want to get on the waiting list and find out a bit more about that. It's a science-backed positive psychology program. It's no airy-fairy bullshit. It's like real next-level high-performance psychology, the stuff that sort of elite athletes use to break boundaries and world records. You can apply, although it sounds mental, you can apply that stuff to your life and your acting career, even if you are not an elite athlete. It's all performance is just high performance. But I do believe mindset is absolutely everything. Okay, it really is. And there's something that I will go over with you guys at some point called the success cycle, which is all based. It's like so easy to sort of see how people have success when you understand the science behind it. And it all starts with the belief you have in your own potential. So I wanted to bring a guest on this week who I've seen have that belief in his own potential, even when his situation has been very, very difficult. There's been a lot of shit in his life he's had to overcome, but he's done incredibly well. And I bumped into this guy. I've admired him for a long time, but I bumped into him at a read-through for a brand new Sky One drama that comes out later this year that we can't talk about, actually, because there's not even been a press release about it, but we can talk about everything else in this guy's career, bar that. And I met him, and at the read-through, COVID secure. I went over for an elbow bump, COVID secure, and was like, look, man, I told him about Acts on This, and he was like, I'm coming on it. When do you want me? And he actually started filming today on this new show, but he has made sure, because he's the lead in it, he's like the main man, he's made sure that he's going to give us time. He's finishing at 5 on Thursday. He's going to be here at 7:30, and he is BAFTA-nominated actor Babu Cisse. You might not recognize the name straight away, but this guy has been, in massive, massive shows. He's starred in some huge stuff, opposite some of the biggest names in the world. He just starred in something called Gorilla with Idris Elba and John Boyega. He's starring in this Sky One drama right now. Before that, he did Dark Money with Lewis Arnold and Jill Halfpenny. Lewis was the director. Jill Halfpenny, you'll know, is an incredible actress, been around a long, long time. That was a great show for the BBC. He's done Into the Badlands, We Hunt Together, and was nominated for a BAFTA for Damalola, Our Loved Boy, which was a really hard-hitting drama based on the little lad Damalola who was murdered. Like, a real life story. Was awful, but it was an incredibly hard hitting drama. He got nominated for a BAFTA for that. He's going to be here on Thursday night. I recorded a little trailer with him the other day to have a little look at what we were going to talk about. I'll play that out for you now, but it's going to be heavily based on mindset and getting your mental game right for this year. Because what even happened tonight at 8 o'clock, let me know after this, if that in itself, hearing that we're going into lockdown 3, has that affected you negatively? Has that, are you giving your control away? And I'm not being harsh here at all, but are you giving all of your power to the government, to other people in the industry, in society, as going, oh my God, you are controlling me. I now can't succeed because of X, whatever that is. Because that's a false narrative that you are telling yourself. That is not true. You are so much more powerful than you believe you are right now, potentially. You don't have that belief in yourself. We're going to give you that kick up the backside on Thursday night if you attend this. I'll see you in a sec.
Actors, we are back. It's 2021, and I am determined to make this the best year ever in your acting career. And to get things off with a bang, I want to invite you to the first actonthis.tv member mastermind session of 2021, taking place on Thursday, the 7th of January at 7:30 p.m. with this incredible guy here, the BAFTA-nominated star of so many incredible TV shows, including Damilola, Our Loved Boy, Gorilla, Dark Money, Into the Badlands, We Hunt Together, and a brand new Sky drama that I don't think we can talk about yet. It's Babu Cisse. Babu, you're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you so much for doing this. What can we talk about on Thursday?
Well, I mean, yes, we can't talk about the Sky Show, but we can talk about, mindset. We can talk about things that I've learned that are counterintuitive in terms of what you do as an actor. We can talk about relationships within the industry and how to leverage them. Yeah, we could talk about looking forward into 2021. Yeah.
To a big year, guys. Actually,
big year.
Yeah, if you want to get involved with this, get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live right now. You're going to get an opportunity to jump on camera with me and Babu, put your acting career questions to him. Anything you want to talk about that's going to help you get further, faster in your career this year, we're going to be covering it. Actonthis.tv/live. And Babu, I ask every person on these little trailers this question, a little bit of pressure on you right now.
Go on.
Why don't actors want to miss this one?
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I'm like a bank. Every actor I've worked with, I always ask them questions about how they've got to where they've got to. So this is an opportunity for you to not just meet me, but everybody else.
Oh, I love it. It's like 100 times the value,
It's like
guys.
100 times. I've been storing all that and I'm happy to share.
Amazing. Be there. actonthis.tv/live. actonthis.tv/live if you want to get your membership to not just attend that webinar, but we do this every single week with the biggest actors, agents, casting directors, writers, producers, directors in this industry. You literally get to be privy to a closed-door mastermind session. These guys share the secrets that have made them successful. Ultimately, you hear it from the horse's mouth. If it's a casting director, you hear from them how you get in the room with them, what they want to see, what they don't want to see. If it's an agent, how you sign with them, how you don't put your foot in it when you are reaching out to agents. It's going to be an incredible session. You can tell he's so composed and poised. Like, he just has one of those voices as well, which is just sort of like authoritative. And you're just like, yep, everything he says, I'm going to listen to. And he's right. The reason Babu has got to the level that he's got to is because he is like a bank. Every time, even when we were at that read through, I can't tell you the other people in it, but it's massive names as well. The actress playing opposite him is a huge name, who I'm sure will get on actonthis.tv because I'm going to make Babu make it happen. But he's constantly curious. I think there's something really powerful about curiosity in your life. Literally, just asking questions of everybody. How have you done that? Where did that come from? How did you come up with that? Just anything about sort of life and what people have achieved, or people's just experiences, whether it was they achieved a success or a failure. Like, you can just learn from hearing how other people have gone about stuff. So you're going to get 100 times the value on Thursday night. One guest, but probably 250 guests worth in Babu's mind. But it's just going to be an awesome session on mindset and just getting you primed, getting you into a peak state to take action this year. Because you might, as I say, even with what's happened tonight, and those listening on the replay, you will be listening to this in a few days' time, but you will be in a third lockdown, and you might feel that your power has been completely robbed of you again, and you might want to blame people. But you might not be asking yourself positive questions and empowering questions. A lot of people are like, asking themselves such negative questions right now. When will we ever get out of lockdown? When will this ever go away? When will we ever be able to get back to normal? really energy sapping questions, as opposed to what good is there right now that I cannot see? How can I make a difference to somebody today? You know, what can I do to get one step closer to my goals today? You know, empowering questions as opposed to just looking at what's wrong in the world right now, because there's a load wrong. We know there is. And, you know, like, you don't want to make that negativity louder. The media will do that for you. Like, they do a brilliant job. I've told you how angry I get at Sky News. And do you know what? Do you know what I absolutely freaking loved? Please don't think I'm like reveling in someone's demise here. But you know, someone who I despised in terms of their style and how they made a career for themselves was Sky News' Kay Burley. Don't know if you ever watched her, but my God, that woman, the way that she questioned people on her show and was so self-righteous, and she just bred negativity after negativity. You know, there was one story where like they were talking about the coronavirus and some kind of scientific thing that had been done on the vaccine, and actually it proved that it was something like 67% effective. Kay and the team didn't roll with the 67% effective. They focused on actually saying over something like a third, you know, like 33% of scientists reckon that this will fail or whatever it is. I was like, my God, you have a terrible job. Your job is to spread negativity and fear amongst your viewers. That is a terrible, terrible job. My job, I like to think, I try and spread positivity and optimism. And that's a lovely thing to do for a job. Whereas it was her job to build a career on negativity and fear. And did you see on, I think it was her 50th birthday, she went out, broke all the coronavirus restrictions, broke all the laws, went out with a party, thought she was above the law, went back to her house, had 12 people round, and then she got fired from the show for at least 6 months anyway. Whether they'll bring her back, I don't know. But I was so glad. I was like, you just deserve that. Stop spreading shit. And that's what the media will do. So don't focus on what's wrong, because they're all making that loud enough. You don't need to make that any louder. Let's focus on positivity, make positivity louder this year. You know, and actually focus on what we can control, which is so much. So many people in our community last year still got self-tape auditions in lockdown, still got their first TV jobs. Joanna, I don't know if you're here, member of the Acts on This.tv community, set herself a goal to get her first TV credit before the end of the year last year. Didn't think she did it, or she was going to do it. I think she did it on, the 21st or the 22nd of December. Got her first, 2 or 3 lines on a Sky show in lockdown before Christmas. It can be done if you focus on what is right and the opportunity that is out there. And there is an abundance of opportunity out there. There really is. As I say, I was at that read through mid-December. I think it's a 6-part Sky One drama. That's going ahead and being made. Lewis Arnold's just finished, I think, or is it halfway through the Jimmy McGovern drama with Stephen Graham called Time. I think it's got Sean Bean in it as well. There's loads of massive stuff being made. There's loads and loads of opportunity out there. Don't think that the industry is closed down and there's no TV being made. There's loads of stuff being made. It's being made in a different way. It's all COVID secure. People are getting tested every 2 days. But there's so much out there for you. Don't think because you're in lockdown you can't film. You still can film. And I still think maybe even in Tier 5, because it says you can still go to work. If you can't work from home and you must go to work, they're still allowing you to go to work. The TV shows are being made in such a secure way with people getting tested every 2 days. I don't think that'll be affected at all. Oliver Dowden said it wouldn't be back when we thought we were going to go into a lockdown earlier than this. He was like, no, we protected the arts in terms of the TV and film industry anyway. Theatre, yes, I'm sorry, theatre's in a bad way again. But don't focus on thinking, oh, that's it, it's over, now I'm ruined. You're not. There's so much out there for you. Right, any Q&A? What can I answer for you, or what can we talk about? We've got 18 minutes to dive into whatever you want, basically. We'll keep it positive, though. I'm just interested in where your mindset's at right now, if I'm honest, because we're going to be doing this on Thursday with Babu, and he's proper, big on mindset as well. He read me out some quotes, and he sent do you know what? He sent me a tweet from David Bowie, a video of an interview David Bowie did, and it was talking about not playing to the audience. He said, you know what, he is a musician. It took him a long time to go, you know what, I'm actually going to play for me. I'm not playing for the audience, he says, because if you're just trying to please other people, you never do anything for yourself. And I just thought that's so interesting for our industry as well. If you are playing in your career for other people, so you're maybe doing things you think other people would want you to do or see you as doing. If you're writing your own stuff, you're writing it not because it's what you want to write, because it's what you think audiences want to watch. You're doing an audition a certain way because you think it's what the casting director wants, as opposed to how you want to play it. I I just thought it was really, really powerful. But Babu just, just sent me that. He went, mate, I've just seen this. Just have a look at that. He's just really big on sort of, framing stuff positively. I'm going to go at the bottom of the comments here and see what's going on. When is the next Rapid Fire Friday? So it's going to be not this Friday, next Friday. Rapid Fire Friday is a bi-weekly coaching session that I hold for members of ActsOnThis.tv on a Friday afternoon, every other Friday. So it's not going to be this Friday, because I'm going to be using this Friday to edit Thursday night's webinar with Babu, but it'll be next Friday and then every other Friday after that, Poppy. So yeah, get yourself involved with that. That's the only session really for Acts on This that's not recorded. All of the webinars and stuff we do, guys, are recorded. You get access to that in the members area the day after it's recorded. But you don't get a recording of the Rapid Fire Friday. That's just sort of like a more relaxed kind of Q&A setting. Nicola says, not a question, but a wee announcement. My short film is going into production in February following COVID regulations. And if we get the go-ahead to film, I would really appreciate any support you lovely lot could give us via our Facebook page, and that's facebook.com/authentic short film. Our Indiegogo campaign is live within the next few days as well. Awesome, Nick. Good on you for taking action. Facebook.com, folks, if you're listening on the replay or anything like that, /authentic short film, all one word. Awesome. Best of luck. Definitely let us know how you go on and how we can continue to help you as a community. Let's see what else is going on. Bowie was a Bromley boy, says Wendy, was he? Do you know what? I just never really went into anything about Bowie's stuff at all, like music-wise or anything like that at all. It just wasn't my kind of style. But every interview I've ever watched with him, I've been like, this guy is so wise beyond his time. There was an interview that he did about the internet when it was like, I think it was in the 90s or something, before the internet had even really become like a thing. It was just like, for absolute geeks, and it was called the Internet Superhighway, and, no one really used it bar for like MSN chat or something like that. And he was like, I don't think you understand where this is going and how this is going to become a part of everything. And the predictions he made have become true like in 2018, 2019, 2020. And I'm like, my God, the guy just seemed like his music wasn't for me, but his outlook and his intellect, was just incredible. Like his intuition, absolutely amazing guy, really, really guy. I would have liked to have him on Act on This webinar. Going, Bowie, do you want to come and get involved with this, mate? Right, let's see what else is going on. Jill, all right, Jill, I've come on here tonight because my other half is so negative. I need some positivity. Jill, bring your other half on here. Let's pump some positivity into the life. Definitely. I just think you have a choice. It is hard. You know what? It is. I'm not a robot, I don't wake up in the morning and just kiss the world every day. Sometimes I fucking hate waking up when it's freezing cold and going, right, I'm going to drag my sorry ass out of bed right now. I can't go to the gym because it's closed. I've got to try and do a half-ass workout in my kitchen. I've got all this stuff to do. Am I bringing you guys enough value is something that I'm always kind of like thinking, oh God, am I doing enough? I probably put a bit too much pressure on myself, to be honest. But I don't wake up every morning just raring to go. Positivity, honestly, and happiness and fulfillment to a certain extent is absolutely a choice. There are certain things in your life that will hit you like a ton of bricks. I had that weird skin cancer scare last year. Put me into one of the worst places I've been for 3 days in my life, to be honest with you, because it felt completely out of my control. I was like, there's this thing on my body that could be killing me. Thankfully, it wasn't. It was all right in the end, but I still had it removed anyway. But it was horrible. I didn't want to get up and go, oh, yeah, just choose to be happy, Ross. It's fine. You could be dying. Just choose to be happy. It was really, really hard. But what it did make me realise is that on the days where I don't have that to deal with, I have no excuse not to be happy. I have no excuse at all to be not cartwheeling down the street that I don't have imminent death leaning over me. That's a very, very different place. There's being sad about being locked down and not seeing your friends, and there's being sad about, actually, I could be dead in 6 weeks. That's a really different, dark place to go to in your head. And I tried to be as positive and upbeat as I could about it, but it wasn't good behind the scenes, guys, if I'm honest with you. I probably came on these broadcasts and was like, yes, I'm totally fine, thinking, holy shit. So it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard to be positive. But you do, it's all about perspective, innit? It's absolutely all about perspective. I went for a run on Christmas Day. I got some new wireless headphones to test out on Christmas. So I went for a run in the morning, freezing cold. And I was thinking, oh, God, it's cold out here. Oh, I probably shouldn't have come out. I ran past a phone box, and there was a homeless guy stood up asleep in the phone box, lent against all of his worldly goods. Just completely stopped me on my tracks. I was like, what the hell do I do? How can I help this guy? I had nothing to complain about being cold for an hour while I was running. I could go home and have a really hot shower. Perspective, if you are here, you're alive. If you got through 2020 without being on a ventilator or any of your family members being on a ventilator, don't let some bullshit insecurity in the acting industry rob you of your fulfillment right now. That's what I was talking about, permission at the start of this broadcast. You don't need to ask for permission to go and ask for what you want in your life. No one's better than you in this industry. The casting directors are no better than you. Look on Twitter. You will see casting directors having more breakdowns than most of the actors. They're not superhuman. They're not above us. They're part of this industry, and we work together. And we work together with the directors, and we're all a team. They're not better than you. Your agent is not better than you. We're all just as fragile and just as vulnerable, and we all have a choice to make. And the choice, hopefully, is to make positivity louder and focus on what is good in your life when you can, when it is possible. And sometimes it's really, really hard, but you can always give it a go. What good is there in the situation that I am not currently seeing right now? And you will look for it and you will find it. You'll find something, to sort of to hold on to. So let's make that louder this year, and that's why you've got to seek people out, Jill, as well, who will fill that well up, so you can go and be positive and for your partner, and and maybe lift them up as well. We all need it at times, Like I say, I'm not just completely Mr. Happy Clappy every day of the week. Pretty much 98% of the time, but there's 2% of the time where it gets dark and I'm like, oh my God, I can't get myself out of this. Jack's here. All right, Jack says, negative emotions are action signals. Probably the best thing I've learned in order to turn a bad feeling into a positive thing. And as you always say, Ross, take action. Yeah, you know what? That's really interesting as well. When you're feeling... So negative emotions, you are absolutely right. It's your body's way of telling you that you need to do something different. It's as simple as that. It's a brilliant signpost and a barometer to go, Jack, you're feeling like shit. Well, why is that? Well, because you've done the same thing every day for 6 months and you're not making any progress. Right, something's got to change. And you need to draw that line in the sand and go, it changes today. And whether that is, any area of your life, not just your acting career. For me, it always, for me, my entire success is built around health and fitness. I am not feeling my absolute best. I'm feeling all right now, but I'm still feeling a bit off, 10, 15% off, because I'm not working out at the level I worked out at normally, like for the last 10 years of my life. I was in the gym every day, 6 days a week, and I ran half marathon on a Sunday. I did on Christmas Day, but very rarely run now because it's freezing cold. And I can't go to the gym because it's not been open since the 2nd of November, and it's doing my head in. Really, that for me is like when I'm feeling good about myself and my physicality, and I'm feeling energized, that makes every area of my life better. My acting career, my relationships, just my energy, the way I show up in the world, the way I respond to people, the way they respond to me. Every part of your life affects every part of your life. And for me, it starts in a foundation of fitness. I just bought... Anyone got a Peloton? I just bought a Peloton. I thought I need to get some sort of exercise thing for my house. Bought a Peloton bike, but it's not getting delivered till the 1st of April. I'm like, well, gyms might even be open by the 1st of April. But if you've got a Peloton, please let me know, because I'd like to race you and stuff. I don't even know if you can do that. I think you can. I think we can join the same class at the same time. You do live classes from home. On the exercise bike, the Peloton bike. You can get a Peloton treadmill as well. But I would love to, maybe if there's a few of us in the community, I don't know if anyone else has got one, we can set up a little group and we can go on rides together virtually from our front rooms or from our kitchen, as it will be for me. Let's have Alex says, I thought the new David Copperfield was ace. Dev was perfect. Is there people talking about David Copperfield? Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? There's been a load of, last year was brilliant for TV. It was a great year for lockdown, really, because there was so much good stuff to watch. Andrew says, I've made a clear plan of what I want to achieve in the next 3 months with my life coach. We've put 2 columns of can'ts and can. We put a huge line through can'ts and then just listed all the things I can do. Good for you, Andrea, definitely. And hopefully those things are specific. Like we talked about that a lot last year. They're like, right, these are the exact things I want to do. You can't set a goal to work more. You can't set a goal to earn more money. Can't set a goal to, get more acting roles. It's got to be like, what role do you want? On what? By when? With who? It's a lot easier to figure out how you're going to do that then. Restarted my Bulletproof Actor course today, says Jill. Yeah, you've still got access to the original. So for those who don't know, Bulletproof Actor was something I put together in 2014, okay? It was a super in-depth, it still is, you can't buy it. I'm not going to sell it in the current format it's available in, but it was a 5-week process of basically deconstructing and reconstructing your entire mindset based on high-performance positive psychology. I am going to release Bulletproof Actor version 2.0 this year. Probably going to be towards the end of this quarter, so maybe sort of February, March time. But I'm going to put a survey out in the Facebook group next week, asking you guys a few questions about where your head is at, where your mindset is at, what you struggle with. When I did this in the past, the biggest thing that people struggled with when it came to psychology was just confidence. That was the word that kept coming up again and again and again. So the program I made was called Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success. But that was a 5-week mega in-depth commitment. I think I want to produce a course now that maybe, and I'm going to have to sort of like figure this out with you guys, and we'll do this through surveys, and I'll try and put stuff together. Maybe do like a weekend boot camp online. There's a Saturday and a Sunday where rather than you going through 5 weeks of stuff, we go, right, what is the absolute essential ingredients from that program? All the stuff I've learned since, 6 years ago. I've learned a load more stuff to do with psychology, between then and now. What other things can I put into that? And maybe we do, it'll be sold as a weekend boot camp, recorded, so you can, watch it again and again, with probably some follow-up calls as well. But I want to sort of almost like Bulletproof Actor Rapid Edition, Fast Track Edition. Just again to, I don't want people to use the excuse of, it's 5 weeks, I've got no time to do it. I'm like, right, you got no time to get yourself in a position where your head is going to actually make your life better for the next 70 years. I think you should probably make time for that. So many people say that though. I don't have time to get an act on this membership. I don't have time to do this. I'm like, okay, so what you're doing is you're wasting all of the time you do have doing stuff you don't want to do, putting off the things you do want to do, and not doing the things that can take you to a place that you will get to where you can do those things. It's a bit backwards, isn't it? How, we procrastinate about stuff. This year, let it be the year you take action, guys. I do that as well, though. I do that as well. There's certain things that I'm like, I'll do that when I get around to it. And I know I should just go, no, Ross, just freaking do it now, you dickhead. So let's take action this year. But yeah, bulletproofactor.com if you want to get on the waiting list. But the program that it shows you on bulletproofactor.com now it's going to be a different program that I put together for you guys when I launch it next. What else we got? God, there's so many comments. I'm sorry I'm missing this, guys. And it's 5-2. We've only got 5 minutes left. It goes so quick. These nights go so fast. Bloody hell. Eleanor says, Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, do you know what? So you were saying you're reading The Power of Now. Power of Now was a book I read probably about 2014-15 that was a bit of a game changer. I couldn't, to be honest with you, Eleanor, I couldn't read the book. The book was too complex for me to read. I needed Eckhart, the guy who wrote it, to read it to me. So I bought the audiobook. And the audiobook is fantastic. However, one thing I will say is Eckhart's voice is quite hypnotic. So I found myself, I don't know if you've ever done this. Have you ever read a book or listened to a book, and then you're so taken in by sort of like the just the audio and the sound of this person's voice, or maybe you've read a page, you're not taking in anything you've read, or you're not taking in anything you're listening to. You're just enjoying the sound, or you're kind of enjoying the read, but your head is somewhere else. And then you get to the end of the page and you go, I've no idea what I just read there. I'm going to have to read the page again. And then you go, I've no idea what I just read there. I have to read the page again. And it's not until you've read the page 3 or 4 times you go, okay, now I get it. The Power of Now was a book like that for me. So I had to get Eckhart to read it to me on the audiobook, and I had to probably listen to the audiobook 2.5 times before I really understood everything within it. But it's a fantastic read or listen, guys. I don't know what you prefer, if you prefer reading or listening. But yeah, The Power of Now. Ultimately, it's just about, staying present. The time is now. When the premise is kind of like, when that thing you're fearing in the future actually happens, it won't be in the future, it will be now. That thing that happened yesterday, or 3 weeks ago, or 3 years ago, that screwed you up, or something in your childhood that really effed you up, it didn't happen in the past. When it happened in the now. There is no past, there is no future, there really is only now. It's a bit more in-depth than that. But it really gets you to, just be more present, like in your life. Half of the things you're worrying about and you're catastrophizing about right now will never come true. I can't think of a time where anything really, where I've really catastrophized about the worst possible outcome. It's never happened. The worst thing I've ever thought of has never, ever happened, you know? Doesn't mean everything's gone plain sailing, but when I've gone, oh my God, and then that could happen, and that could happen, and oh God, they're going to think this and that, that's just all nonsense in my head. It's never actually come to fruition. So half the things you're worrying about don't matter. Like ultimately, you know, will never come true. And you want to focus on, you want to put as much effort into focusing on what will happen if they go right. Those things that, you know, a lot of people are like, if I send this email, this casting director is going to blacklist me. They're going to think I'm an idiot. I'm asking stupid questions. And you make that louder than the fact that you could send that email, they could see your headshot or your showreel and actually ask you in for an audition, and you get a role that changes your life. Why don't you make that louder than the fear of it going wrong? And then you'll do more stuff. You'll take more action. Someone said to me today, when we realize that, in fact, I'll show you it because it's a really good quote. A guy called Steve sent me this, and I think it's really true. I think I took a screenshot of it. I hope I did, because I'll read it verbatim. It's only a short quote, but I just thought, freaking hell, that's true, innit? There you go. I don't know if you can see that. It says, your life changes when you become wise enough to admit that most of your pain is self-inflicted. Your life changes when you become wise enough to admit that most of your pain is self-inflicted. I just thought, freaking hell, it is for me. In my life, it absolutely is. All the stuff that I sometimes, you know, thoughts can make you sick. Thoughts can become things, and you know, you put yourself through physical turmoil when you think of something not going right. Anytime I do that, you know, luckily I don't do it a lot, and it doesn't happen a long time. If I do it, I'm pretty good at getting out of stuff like that. But it's always self-inflicted. It's never somebody else that's making me feel bad. It's always me. That, you know, no one can make you feel anything, you know, bar you. So it's an interesting one. So yeah, stay in the present basically, and listen to Eckhart Tolle, definitely. Oh, I didn't know you say his second name, Eckhart Tolle. Don't know. Good book though, Power of Now. Right, what else is going on? I've got time for a couple more comments, and then we will call it a day. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. There's so many comments here, and I can't read them all. Rachel says, Happy New Year, everyone. Another thing to get the new year off to a good start is to get a free Spotlight 1-to-1, where you can ask them some questions for 20 minutes. There are still... Those Spotlight 1-to-1s normally go mega, mega quick, Rach. So if there is any Spotlight 1-to-1s left, go get them, guys. But normally... I mean, literally like 3 minutes, and they were like, they were all gone last year when Spotlight did some 1-to-1s with people. And Andrew says Jack Canfield is a good read. Yeah, Jack Canfield's a really good guy. Written some really... I've got some Jack Canfield books. What have I got here, Andrea? It's a massive book, The Success Principles. Don't know if you can see that on camera. It's a bit bright in it. Jack Canfield, bit of a beast though. Yeah, honestly, maybe should we bring the book club back this year? I did a book club, guys. If you go to actonthis.tv/book list, actonthis.tv/book list, all one word, you will go. In fact, let me see if it's still online. Let me share. We'll end on this because this is actually pretty good. We'll maybe I should bring this back this year. Let me know what you think. So basically, what I did a few years ago is I ran a book club every other week. So like on a Monday night, we alternated between a session like this and then a book club session. And the book club session I did because, one, I wanted to read more books. I thought, you know what, I'll hold myself accountable. If I want to read more books, if I commit to the community that I will read them more books, not only do I read more books, but you get to read more books as well. So yeah, this is still here. 12 books you must read in 2021. These are some of my favourite books. They're not acting books. These are just like, as I said before, every part of your life affects every part of your life. If you're becoming a better person, in my eyes, you're becoming a better actor by far. Like, you know, if you are a better, more rounded, more confident person, you are absolutely by far a better actor. These are my favourite books I've ever read. The Slight Edge, incredible book. Basically, that's one if you have not been consistent in your life and you think, so the Slight Edge is like, look, the big decisions you make in your life are not the ones that change your life. The decisions that change your life are the small, seemingly insignificant decisions on the daily that compound over the months and the years into big things. As in, just as simple as what you have for your dinner. If you eat shit every day for 2 or 3 days, it's not going to make a big impact on you. Eat crap every day for 3 months, the compound effect of that seemingly insignificant decision of what you have for your lunch suddenly means you're in bad shape and it's going to affect your health. So that's a slight edge. The one thing, if you're really struggling with sort of like overwhelm, Think and Grow Rich, just an incredible book. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You're a badass at making money. A lot of actors have a really bad relationship with money. They don't feel they deserve it. They don't feel they're worthy of it. They feel it's hard to come by. That is a lie. It's an absolute lie. One thing, again, this year you want to really change your opinion on is your access to money. If you believe it is hard to come by, it will be hard to come by. Money is money. Money. That's a new, isn't it? Money is like an energy, guys. It flows freely to and from you. Don't be afraid of it. Or something that I learned in my life. I used to hoard it. And the more I started spending it and investing it in myself to get better in all areas of my life, the more money I started making. It was like, actually, it just seemed, quite karmic in terms of, right, money comes, money goes, money flows. That's a great book. You Are a Bad Ass at Making Money. Alphabet Soup for Grown-Ups is a good book by Anthony Mindel, an acting coach. Really just great book on just lots and lots of lessons in life. High Performance Habits, Brendan Burchard, super guy to this day. Big influence in my life, Brendan. I just signed up for another year of his mastermind course on New Year's Day. He's a great guy. Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins. School of Greatness, Lewis Howes. You might listen to Lewis's podcast. Another awesome guy. Really, really sound bloke, Lewis. Who Moved My Cheese is a great one. For anyone who's just constantly feeling unfulfilled, again, just about perspective and why you might be feeling like shit. Who Moved My Cheese is a really fun read. Will maybe give you a different outlook, make a paradigm shift in your thinking. The Happiness Advantage. And The Motivation Manifesto is another book by Brendan Burchard. But they're just 12 books. Like, go and choose one. And just those little buttons there, you just click a button and it should take you through. Hopefully it'll still work. It should take you through. Yeah, it takes you through to Amazon where you can buy it. I mean, look at that. What is it? $4.99 on Kindle or $7.99 paperback. Invest a little bit in yourself this year, guys. Buy some books, read more. Or get an Audible subscription if you don't like reading. I always used to buy the books for the book club, but normally nowadays I just I buy audiobooks. I like to listen to them in bed. But yeah, actonthis.tv/book list. Let's get some books read this year. But let us know if you want a book club. Maybe I'll bring it back, or maybe we do it once a month rather than every other week. Maybe we do 3 weeks like this and 1 week on a book club, something like that. Let us know if you want to do that, and I'll do that because that'll hold me accountable to making more, reading more books as well. Which would be good. Slight Edge says, John, I've heard of that a lot. It's probably one of my favourite books, A Slight Edge. Because it's just a really simple principle that when you actually start implementing in your life, it makes a massive difference. You know what? I'm going to invest more this year in terms of, a lot of people think investing is for rich people. I'm not rich. I used to think it was for rich people though. And then, you realise when you understand the stuff they don't teach you at school, just the benefit of compound interest, as in, I invest £100 this year. Next year, that becomes 120. I then get interest on the extra 20, which then becomes, 150. I get interest on that, and then that just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. Like your money is like soldiers going out there, fighting battles, winning bounty and bringing it all back to you. That's like the slight edge, just the compound effect of putting a little bit of money away every single month. And then suddenly at the end of the year, you go, right, boom, I've got enough money now. Or you say it for 10 years and, and you actually do something big with it. But maybe for you as an actor, it's just like, right, I'm going to put 30 quid a month away. And then at the end of the year, you go, right, well, now I can get brand new headshots and a new showreel scene shot. Just something to invest, back in yourself. But yeah, seemingly insignificant decisions that are small build up over a year into big stuff. So I love the slight edge. Really does make a difference in your life when you implement it. Eleanor says that would be great. Says people, do you want to do the book club or what? Then let us know, and I'll bring it back definitely. Well, I hope this has been enjoyable. I've loved this. Please come and get involved with the challenge. actonthis.tv/challenge. 5 days, 10 hours of the best content I have ever produced for actonthis.tv for free. Like, if you are struggling right now, and you don't have any money, you're like, I would love to get an actonthis.tv membership, but I can't afford it. This is the only time you're going to get 10 hours of coaching. And it's not like, it's not just like, here's a little preview. Now, now pay extra to watch the whole thing. Like, this is it. It's like your 10 hours of these are full coaching sessions that have cost me, well, over thousands of pounds if there's 5 of them. It's not cheap to produce this stuff. Members get access to it, obviously on demand, 24/7 for a membership, 24 quid a month. But if you don't have that and you're not going to have that, right now or whatever, that's totally cool. Get this, actonthis.tv/challenge. Just start taking action this year. Let's just get you, more and more success this year. 2021 is the year. It's the year for all of us and for this community. So yeah, come and get involved. And hopefully I will do the book club defo, people are saying. Right, looks like I'm doing the book club then. We'll bring the book club back. Definitely. Yeah, there's a few people now saying do the book club. Also, highly recommend, says Alex, How to Get Your Shit Together. I don't know that book, Alex, but it sounds like something I would write, mate. Definitely. Amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's do the book club then, because you guys can recommend stuff to me as well that I won't have heard of. I would say reading, but I'm not. I'm listening to Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights at the moment, which is a great book. I'd love to have him on for a podcast, I think I might have missed the boat because he did so much publicity around his book. And I reckon if I'd have just got onto his publicist and went, look, let me put you in front of my audience, maybe we could have blagged him a little bit and just went, come on, Matthew, give something back, will you, mate? Maybe it's not too late. Maybe I'll still reach out. But yeah, Green Lights, Matthew McConaughey is a great book. But if anyone else has got any recommendations, we'll put a book list together, a new one, and we'll bring that back. That'd be awesome. Do people in this group ever read for each other? Rachel, yeah. If you're talking about self-tapes, absolutely. People do it all the time in the premium community, like mega active. Generally, members of actonthis.tv are serious about their careers and want to support each other. Not saying that people who aren't members aren't at all. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But you will find that we just have a wicked community, like such a great community of positive, supportive people who really go out of their way to help each other. There's like, I don't even organise this stuff, but these guys organise script readings on a Sunday and social events for themselves and networking events for themselves and stuff. I run quite a lot of official events for Acts on This, but the community does loads of stuff on its own as well. But if you're ever stuck for a reader for a self-tape and you want someone to read in for you over Skype or Zoom or something like that, then you can either post, if you were a member, you could post in the private forum we have on the website, or you can post in the Acts on This Facebook group, which is free, completely open to anybody. There's about 9,500 people in that group. It's just facebook.com/groups/Act on This TV. So yeah, anything we can do to help you, or if anyone else is listening to this for the first time and you're new to the community, like anything we can do as a community to help you, we will. That's what what I set this up for completely. Right, gonna love you and leave you guys. Been an hour and 10 minutes. We've kind of gone over, but yeah, please join me Thursday night for this session with Babu. It's going to be incredible. We'll be talking all about his career, how he's got to where he's got to, the critical importance of getting your mental game right, your mental toughness, your resilience, and your mindset right, plus just loads of other practical advice in terms of getting further in your career faster, anything you want to ask as well. Like you get an opportunity, I can't bring everyone on camera, but people who attend will get an opportunity to jump on camera, speak to Babu, put their own personal acting career questions to him, get some one-to-one coaching and some advice on the night, and everyone benefits from that as well. I love that aspect of it because I think you benefit way more from group coaching than you do from one-to-one a lot of the time, because you get to hear things that, questions asked that maybe you would never come up with, but you need the answers to as well. I'm part of lots of group mastermind things, and I learn way more in a group environment than I do on a one-to-one environment. It's just you get a much more rounded kind of view just of everything, and it just feels more motivating as well. Because you feel like you're not on your own. A lot of other people are facing the same problems as you. You're like, shit, it's not just me. I'm not broken. Like everyone is feeling like this. Come and get involved with that this Thursday night. I'll play the trailer out again now for those who might have missed it. If you want to get a membership and you want to join this, actonthis.tv. Go to the homepage, actonthis.tv, or you can go to actonthis.tv/live. To check out the live calendar. There's only this one on the calendar at the moment, but I'm waiting to hear back from 3 people who will be coming up later this month. Next Tuesday, the Thursday after, and the Tuesday after that. We're going to do 4 sessions this month, but I can't put the calendar online yet for the next 3 guests because I don't know what order they're going to come in. I know who the guests are going to be, but I don't know what order they will be in. And if I can get one of the guests in particular, they star in my favourite show on the planet, like full stop. You might not know what that is, but literally just my overall favourite show ever. So if I can get them on, I'll be like, oh my God, that would be amazing. But keep everything crossed for me. Right, gonna love you and leave you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Really means the world that you were here tonight. Let's have an amazing 2021. Anything I can do to help you guys, just let me know. Drop me a tweet if you're listening on the audio experience at Act on This TV, at Ross A. Grants, and come and join us live for one of these at some point in the future. Would love to, chat to you live. And I'd love to chat to you actually on camera on one of our mastermind sessions if you become a member of the website. So until Thursday night, lots of love. Get out there. Stop asking for permission. You don't need permission. You give yourself permission. Go and ask for what you want in this industry. Life will pay any price you ask of it, but you've got to start asking for more. Until Thursday until Thursday night, you know what time it is. Bye for now. Actors, we are back. It's 2021, and I am determined to make this the best year ever in your acting career. And to get things off with a bang, I want to invite you to the first actonthis.tv member mastermind session of 2021, taking place on Thursday, the 7th of January at 7:30 p.m. with this incredible guy here, the BAFTA-nominated star of so many incredible TV shows, including Damilola, Our Loved Boy, Gorilla, Dark Money, Into the Badlands, We Hunt Together, and a brand new Sky drama that I don't think we can talk about yet. It's Babu Cisse. Babu, you're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you so much for doing this. What can we talk about on Thursday?
Well, I mean, yes, we can't talk about the Sky show, but we can talk about, mindset. We can talk about things that I've learned that are counterintuitive in terms of what you do as an actor. We can talk about relationships within the industry and how to leverage them. Yeah, we could talk about looking forward into 2021. Yeah.
To a big year, guys. Actually,
big year.
Yeah, if you want to get involved with this, get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live right now. You're going to get an opportunity to jump on camera with me and Babu, put your acting career questions to him. Anything you want to talk about that's going to help you get further, faster in your career this year, we're going to be covering it. Actonthis.tv/live. And Babu, I ask every person on these little trailers this question, a little bit of pressure on you right now.
Go on.
Why don't actors want to miss this one?
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I'm like a bank. Every actor I've worked with, I always ask them questions about how they've got to where they've got to. So this is an opportunity for you to not just meet me, but everybody else.
Oh, I love it. It's like 100 times the value,
It's like
guys.
100 times. I've been storing all that and I'm happy to share.
Amazing. Be there. Actonthis.tv/live.